What we're doing right now is we're gonna cut up some cheap chicken and marinate for frying. Put the flavor in the chicken, and the chicken don't have any flavor, so we're gonna put flavor in the chicken, but we're gonna cut up the chicken to fun size. And we use thighs or leg quarters because they're cheap compared to chicken wings and drumsticks. But they come in humongous sizes. So what we do is we make them fun size. And in order to do that, you need one of these fun size makers. Alright? So we want to cut it into fun sizes, which is that's fun size. Alright? And that's a little bit bigger than a fun size. And there's a bone in there, so that's why you need one of the fun size makers. And that should take care of that. You can cut it any way you want to cut it, you know, it's all into your preferences and stuff and the size that you want, but I believe in fun sizes, and I believe in fun size makers, which is this. See how easily it chops right through that chicken bone? Yeah, it's really simple. You can probably chop through more than just chicken bone, but you know, that'll be what do they call that when people eat other people? Nasty. I don't know what it's called. My nephew tried to say cannibalism, but it's not. It's just nasty. You know, grown-ups get nasty every now and again. It's just nasty. But you see, out of just one package of these cheap chicken, you can make a whole bunch, and you can feed a village actually. You know, a village of really small people with small stomachs. But
a village of 5.
Feed a village. So chopping it up, not too difficult, with the fun size maker. Okay. So boom, all chopped up. Now what we want to do is we want to wash these things, because I used to process these things, and yeah, I'm just gonna let you know. So I'm gonna bring it over here in this little pan and use hot or lukewarm water to wash all this stuff up, because seriously, you should wash them. Don't use soap. No, you definitely don't want to use soap. I know some of you might want to use soap, but it's not a good idea to use soap on washing your chicken, or any kind of meat for that matter. The only meat that you should be washing with soap, I can't say on here. So, I'll drain that out. Probably use a strainer, probably be a better idea, right? So I'm going to use a strainer. Drain out as much as I can. You're not going to be able to drain them all out, but drain out as much as you can possible, because when you put it in the fryer, it's going to start popping like nobody's business. So boom, drain. Wash my hands a little bit. Now let's take it back to the tableau. Alright. Come back over here. Put this meat cutting device aside. Bring the meat right in front of me so you can see the meat. It is not fake, it's real meat. I honestly don't know, but that's what Winko says. So, it's really simple. We're going to use just salt and MSG. A lot of people don't use MSG. You can substitute MSG with chicken bouillon. You can substitute MSG with all kinds of different stuff they have on the shelves. I can't name all of them, but maybe one of these days I'll do a little bit of research and I'll name these things for you. But you have, it's precise measurement. All right, it's very precise. So you got to be careful with your measurement. What you want to do is you want to get your chicken all nice and separated like that. And this is how I measure my chicken. Because even though if you measure your chicken, I mean you measure your seasoning in a cup, you're not going to get it right, because it's going to clump up in one area or whatnot. So what you want to do with this is you want to lightly make sure that they're all coated. That's all coated. Make sure it's all coated like that. Now with the MSG, you don't want to use too much of MSG. MSG just brings out the flavor in whatever it is that you're cooking. So you don't want to use too much of MSG. You just want to use just a smidgen. Maybe coat it maybe just one time. Not like how I just did it with the salt. just a little bit of that. And it goes a long way, you know, it brings out a little bit of flavor. And plus you're gonna dip it into some dragon sauce anyway, so you'll be just fine. And you just wanna get in there and mix all that up, all nice and mix and everything. Get your hands in there, make sure you squeeze all the meat and make sure you rub the meat the right way or else it won't be good.
No pepper?
Nope, no pepper today, buddy.
No
Kids eating this stuff, and that's what the dragon sauce is for.
No black pepper.
No black pepper. Nice and simple. Keep it nice and simple. You don't need to get all fancy with it, with black pepper, with spicy pepper, with cayenne pepper, with all kinds of special sauce. You don't need mint. You don't need any other ingredient. Let's just keep it nice and simple. Alright? And boom. There you go. You let that sit for a couple minutes. It's ready to go into the deep fryer. That's what's for eating. Now I'm gonna go wash my hands because damn. So the chicken have rested for 5 minutes. Good enough for the seasoning to go inside. So we started off heating up your oil high until the temperature is high enough. We have precise measurements, so it's high enough. Alright? Once the temperature gets high enough.
It's 427, not 420. How high are we getting?
I'm sorry, I'm not getting high. But anyways, get it to where your oil starts to look like water. That means that it's high enough. And then you turn it on medium and you let it sit for a while. So that way you don't burn your chicken while you drop it in. What you wanted to do is you wanted to just cook it just right and crisp it just right. If you have it too high, it's going to be too crispy. It wouldn't be good. You have it too low, it's going to be soggy. It wouldn't be good. You got to get the temperature just right to get the crisp just right. So we're just going to go ahead and drop these little fun-sized pieces in here, and it should sound like this. That's probably just a little bit too high. But once you put enough in there, it should cool it down really fast. So you want to put, if it sounds like that, you want to put a lot in there fast so it doesn't get too crispy. What it'll do is it'll cook the outside before it cooks the inside, and we don't want that. So we want to cool it down real quick. And that's how you want to see your oil right there. That means that this thing is going to cook up nice and neat. Don't fill it up too much because what's going to happen is you're going to cause a grease fire. And we don't like grease fires. Grease fires are a big no-no. So you want to drop as much as you can in there and make sure you have enough oil, and you want to stir it around just in case a couple of them sticks to the bottom of the pan. So, chicken's been cooking for about 10 minutes. It's about ready. See the color, golden brown, nice and small bite-sized pieces. Should have just the right amount of crunch to it without the batter. Because I know a lot of everybody likes to use batter up their chicken to get that crisp. But you don't need to batter up your chicken to get the crisp. You just got to know how to cook it right. KFC ain't got nothing on this. I'll tell you that right now. These are finger licking good. So good you might eat your finger. So be careful while you're eating it. Don't mistake your finger for chicken. Even though they call it chicken fingers, you don't want to eat your fingers. Finger is not chicken. Fair warning. That's it. That's all she wrote. She didn't write anymore.
Let's move it over here.
Tastes like heaven.